from the WHIO Broadcast Center in high definition, this is News Center 7.
Glad to know you're inside tonight because outside very dangerous. Our entire viewing area under a wind chill advisory tonight. Temps will drop below zero overnight. Wind chill could be as bad as minus 15. Looking live here from downtown Salina. Folks here got more than 6 inches of snow yesterday. Hello, glad you're along with us tonight. I'm James Brown. The wind chill advisory goes into effect until noon tomorrow. Now, we still have several counties under snow emergencies. DP&L says yesterday's storm caused more than 30,000 customers to lose power. It was so bad in some northern counties, crews had to pull their plows off the road. And tonight we have live Team 7 coverage for you. Storm Center 7 meteorologist Jesse Mag is monitoring those dropping temps. And in Logan County, John Bedell's live in our storm tracker unit looking at road conditions there. James Ryder joins us from Preble County, ready to show us the struggles people there face this afternoon. Want to start with Jesse, though, with just how dangerous those temperatures are.
Yeah, it's getting colder and colder throughout the overnight hours, and that wind chill advisory is in effect all the way until noon tomorrow. And that's in effect for the entire Miami Valley outside. So taking a look, you can see the map covers the entire region out there for us. And we are under a storm tracking alert due to this wind chill advisory. Kind of moving forward in Troy, still seeing issues on the roadways, especially off towards the north. The snow has moved in, it's moved out, but we're kind of left over with the remnants of that. And thankfully things are calm out there for now, but air temperatures as cold as 5 degrees in Dayton right now. Colder temperatures off towards the north. Now, if we keep these calm winds, that's going to be great because that'll keep the wind chills right near the air temperature. But in several locations off towards the north, Salina feels like it's 7 degrees below zero. It also feels like that in Xenia, feeling like about 4 degrees below zero in Sydney. So a very cold start to the night, and it's getting colder and colder as we progress throughout. Now, and a situation where you have to find yourself driving, especially if you're off towards the north. We still have snow that's covered on many of the roadways, side streets and such. So in the situation where it would be you find yourself sliding off to the side of the road, make sure you're prepared for that, because if you have bare skin exposed to these temperatures with just a 10-mile-per-hour wind, you could actually get frostbite in as quick as about 30 minutes. So if you do head out, make sure you dress well warm enough. You have possibly a blanket just in case you do find yourself in a sticky situation, because very cold temperatures are moving in. And James, it's only getting colder from this point forward.
All right, we'll see you back in just a little bit. Thank you, Jesse. And tonight's minor injuries for a teen hurt after being in a crash with a snowplow. Want to take you to Xenia, where a wreck trapped the teen driver on the US 35 bypass, not too far from US 42. Emergency crews did work to free the teen from the SUV. The teen lost control and caused the wreck. And about 4 miles north of there, road conditions got so bad this afternoon, deputies had to close down part of Brush Row Road. Several cars slid off the road and got stuck. This wasn't too far from Central State University. And Care Flight got called to 2 locations for winter weather-related accidents today. Our partners at the Early Bird newspaper captured video here of Care Flight taking off not too far from Versailles in Dark County. This involved a person involved in an ATV accident. And earlier this afternoon, Care Flight picked up a child who broke their leg while sledding. And the big concern tonight is about roads getting dangerous all over again because of these bitter cold temperatures. News Center 7's John Bedell continues our live Team 7 weather coverage. He's in our Storm Tracker 7. All night he has been in Logan County. Folks there saw 9 inches of snow yesterday. John, good evening to you.
Good evening, James. Yeah, we saw evidence of that. 9 inches of snow, certainly a little farther north in Bellefontaine. Right now we're on 68 heading south between Bellefontaine and West Liberty. So we're coming up on the southern edge of Logan County, and we saw massive piles of snow piled up in downtown Bellefontaine from what crews were removing on the roads through downtown, and completely snow-covered roads. I want to take you, I'll switch the camera to show you what we're seeing out the front of our windshield here in Storm Tracker 7, which is just a few sort of ruts of snow, but much clearer now as you see as we're southbound here on US 68. We just see these very defined lanes cleared through here on US 68 as I give you a look just over Channel 7 photographer Eric Higginbotham's left shoulder as he's driving now. We did just start to see, you can't see it in this shot, James and Jesse too if you're listening, we started to see a fog over top of the road in parts here of 68 from Storm Tracker 7, but we're not seeing that in this stretch of 68, but we have seen it the last, actually we're going through some right now, there's that little patch of it. We've been seeing that kind of spotty the last about a mile or so here on 68. But certainly conditions road-wise, James, are a lot better as we're getting farther south on 68. Things are a lot more ice and snow covered up north. So we're going to stay out on the roads. We'll check in the rest of this newscast. We'll keep an eye on the latest conditions here in Logan County and bring you any updates as we get them throughout the rest of this newscast. For now, though, we're live in Storm Tracker 7 tonight. I'm John Bedell, News Center 7.
All right, John, appreciating. Quick reminder from Dayton Power and Light: if people lose power, DP&L said people should have an emergency kit ready. This includes water, a radio, and a first aid kit. And when people go outside, make sure you do not go near any downed wires. If you see any, be sure to report them right away. And when you get your power back, be sure to check your property for any sort of damage or if you need tree branches cleared. And want to show you a look at the current power outages right now. Very encouraging news. As you see, fewer than 100 customers at this point do not have power. More than 13 hours, Preble County was under a level 3 snow emergency. That started overnight and went into today. We have News Center 7's James Ryder live in West Alexandria with why the conditions there were so difficult.
James, even though West Alexandria got less snow than some of the northern parts of the Miami Valley, it was the wind and ice that proved to be some of the biggest challenges to those trying to hit the roads once that level 3 snow emergency was lifted. West Alexandria resident Megan Dixon faced the same problems as most in town or even in rural parts of Preble County, trying to dig her way out of the blowing, drifting snow that made roads impassable most of the day, causing the sheriff's office to issue the level 3 snow emergency, telling people to stay off the roads.
My mom was actually stuck in Eaton at the ER there and had to stay there all night. So everybody's okay though, but had to stay there even though she could have left. Yeah, it's been like kind of a nail-biting last 24 hours, but things are good if I can get my car out.
West Alexandria did not have the power outages other areas dealt with, but when people did make it around to shoveling out of the snow, not only did it take them longer, there was an additional obstacle to overcome.
All the cars were they're kind of against the cars, against the house, so it was a little bit more to get them out. And then actually the doors were ice shut, we couldn't open the doors.
What'd you do?
Just kind of hit him with my hand and pulled on it, using level grease. I think the ice was the biggest problem.
We're still seeing some of those same problems with the snow blowing into the roads and then drivers compacting that snow, creating very slick spots on the roadways. And James, I did check with the Preble County Sheriff's Office. They did not issue any tickets during that level 3 snow emergency for people driving on the road. In West Alexandria, James Ryder, News Center 7.
And AAA told us its workers stayed busy this weekend. It dealt with more than 360 calls for roadside service. And communities are opening warming centers to get people out of the cold. The Springfield Soup Kitchen was open most of the day. It will be back open tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And Farmersville's Fire Department on North Elm Street is also a warming station. Earlier today, we had more than 500 delays and closings. I just checked. We now have more than 24 churches and businesses closed or delayed tomorrow. Keep in mind that number would have likely been much higher if tomorrow was not Martin Luther King holiday. You can see those closings at the bottom of your screen. Now, you can always see those closings at WHIO.com. All you have to do is click on the red bar on the top of our homepage. And despite the weather, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. March in Dayton is still on for tomorrow. March starts at 10 on West 3rd Street. It ends at the Dayton Convention Center downtown. There will also be free RTA shuttles from the Convention Center to Charles Drew Health Center so people can stay out of the cold. And whatever the weather, we want to make sure that you have our free WHIO weather app. It has everything from live Doppler 7 radar to those hour-by-hour forecasts. New at 11, Dayton police said a driver kept going after hitting a woman. Dispatch told us that this happened at Salem and Ellesmere Avenues. Officers want to find a black Chevy Impala. It is missing a front bumper and the windshield is smashed. The woman went to the hospital with a head injury, possibly a broken leg as well. And we're working to find out what started a fire at a motorcycle club. This is in Jefferson Township. The fire crews got called to Satan's Motorcycle Club on Holland Avenue Saturday. They were quickly able to knock down the flames here. And new at 11, a Moraine man who strangled an 8-month-old baby is now trying to get out of prison. The parole board will consider Russell Johnson's case this week. Johnson got 15 years to life in his sentence for killing the baby in 1993. The Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office wants to keep him behind bars. And new at 11, we found out almost 6,300 early votes cast in Miami County were not included in the November election results. But the county's Board of Elections said this did not impact the outcomes of elections. The discrepancy happened election night when voting equipment did not poll the entire vote total data. The uncounted votes were from voters who went to the elections office at the courthouse and voted on touchscreen machines. The board meets Tuesday to amend the official results. The chairman said there will be a full investigation into how this happened. And President Trump announced a new border security deal.
There is a humanitarian and security crisis on our southern border that requires urgent action.
The president said he wants a compromise with Democrats to solve the crisis and reopen the government. He is pushing to spend $1.6 billion on urgent humanitarian aid and drug detention technology at ports of entry. And along with additional border agents and immigration judge teams, the president said he will offer a 3-year extension of temporary protected status for so-called dreamers. However, he still wants more than $5 billion for the border wall. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell promised to get a vote on this plan this week. And with below zero wind chills, there are serious concerns about pets left out in the cold. How to keep pets safe when these temperatures drop. And you see right here, we were just talking with John a few minutes ago about some of the fog he might be seeing. Interested to find out what exactly this is. We're going to check in with Jesse on the other side of the break. Also going to talk with John Bedell again on how people have been dealing with upwards of 9 inches of snow in one part of our viewing area.
Here are your winning Ohio lottery numbers.
Winter weather.
Potentially creating some slippery roadways.
It can be downright dangerous.
That's when that cold air cuts in.
That's why you need a reliable weather team. A team of winter weather experts.
We're tracking a major storm moving into the Miami Valley.
Working round the clock to keep you safe.
Hope Storm System just off to the south.
Storm Center 7 has the team and technology you need.
We are tracking lots of snow today.
For winter weather coverage you can count on. You're watching CBS WHIO TV Channel 7, home of Super Bowl 53.
The rule of 3 states, things that come in threes are inherently more appealing than those that don't. We couldn't agree more. Three SUVs, 1 GMC. Get $3,000 purchase allowance on most 2019 GMC Acadia models. Plus, get an additional $2,000 when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
We can say a lot about the people caring for you at Kettering Health Network.
I was blessed to have you take care of me.
About their expertise and commitment.
Your quick action likely saved my son's life.
Their compassion and world-class doctors and nurses.
You listened and cared.
We can say a lot of great things, but we think our patients and their families say it best.
You guys really are lifesavers.
Kettering Health Network.
Buy 2 windows, get 1 free, plus 0% financing. Call Universal Windows Direct.
With Expedia, I saved when I added a hotel to our flight. So even when she grows up, she'll never outgrow the memory of our adventure.
Unlock savings when you add select hotels to your existing trip, only with Expedia.
At Boat Towns and Lincoln of Dayton, complimentary pickup and delivery, 24/7 concierge service, lifetime roadside assistance with every new Lincoln for a truly effortless buying experience. Check out our all-new Lincoln Black Label Studio, only at Boat Towns and Lincoln of Dayton.
Jeff Schmidt Mazda is giving away a brand new Mazda or $10,000 in cash. All you have to do is come in and take a test drive for your chance to win. Experience the advantage and go to jeffschmidtmazda.com.
New Center 7 is brought to you by Mid-USA Credit Union.
Glad to have you back. A live look from our Weather Camera Network. You're looking at Greenville tonight. You can still see snow in the area. Roads not too bad from this perspective, but you just can't tell how icy and slick they are. Still a big possibility, though, for concerns because of temperatures dipping below zero. And with those dangerous temperatures, animals can get frostbite or hypothermia if they're left outside too long. And some chemicals people use to melt snow can be toxic to cats and dogs. Experts say if people's pets have to be outside,
we do recommend make sure they have a shelter, make sure it's elevated, they have plenty of bedding, and especially try to get a flap on the door to keep the breeze from coming in and out, especially because wind chills are such a big deal when it gets this cold.
As a general rule, the Dayton Humane Society said if it's too cold for you to be outside, it's too cold for your pets. And the bitter cold means refreeze across the Miami Valley tonight. Some areas dangerous as well. Want to head back out live at News Center 7's John Bedell. He is making his way from Logan County in Storm Tracker 7, where he has seen more than his fair share of ice and snow. John, I think you put more miles on Storm Tracker 7 than you have your own vehicle the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been nice, James, because it's a lot warmer in here than it is outside. My Storm Center 7, our WHIO weather app, I should say, checking Storm Center 7 meteorologist Jesse Magg's forecast, it was displaying -2 Fahrenheit from our current location. Our on-dash, or the temperature gauge on our dashboard here in Storm Tracker 7 is saying -8. We're coming up on the Champaign-Logan County line. We're almost to West Liberty Salem schools. I want to show you what we're seeing here on the roads, which is pretty clean, which is not what we saw earlier and a little farther north in Logan County, where in Bellefontaine and Zanesfield we saw completely snow and ice covered roadways, which is why they were under a level 2 up there in Logan County for most of the day before they dropped to a level 1 at 8:45. And we called around, and I can give you a look outside here. You can see some of the ruts a little better in that left lane of traffic right there that the cars have been making with their tires sort of clearing off that pavement. But when we called dispatch earlier today, James, we asked them, hey, where are your problem spots? And they told us in Logan County, there's none. They're just really all over the place. It's widespread. So the good news is at this point, though, roads are getting better as we're moving farther south into Champaign County. So certainly folks have been we've been talking with, they've been dealing with the snow okay. They've just been saying, man, it's bad up here, but we're just taking it slow, and it's nothing we haven't seen before. So that's the good news. So we're live along US 68, making our way to the Champaign-Logan County line in Storm Tracker 7 tonight. I'm John Bedell, News Center 7.
As promised, Jesse's back explaining what looked like fog John was showing us just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we're likely only seeing that closer to Bellefontaine because they've actually dropped the temperature very, very quickly over the last several hours. So what's happening is the actual ice and snow that's on the ground due to that temperature dropping so fast is going straight from that solid form all the way to the gas form, and that process is called sublimation. And all of us are dealing with cold temperatures out there right now, and some of us are still dealing with snow on the roadways. Out in Xenia, it looks like things are a little bit better than what we saw off towards the north, but as I mentioned, everybody around the Miami Valley is dealing with this cold. 5 degrees in Dayton due to the winds being calm. The wind chill is also at 5 degrees, but you just add a 5 to 10 mile per hour wind, not a whole lot, and that will drop what it feels like by about 10 degrees. And out there right now actually occurring that we do have a lunar eclipse that's happening. It's just moved through the total eclipse phase, or at least we're starting to make its way through. The best time to peek at this is going to be at about 12:12 to 12:14 a.m. right after the newscast ends is going to be the best time to take a peek at this, and it will actually last with a a total eclipse even throughout 12:43 in the morning hours. So if you're brave enough to head out there and stay in the cold for a little bit, it's going to be very cool. It's going to have a kind of a reddish hue to it as that light wraps around the earth and its atmosphere, similar to how we see a sunset. It's going to have kind of a reddish look to it. And on satellite and radar, there are a few clouds that we're picking up off of Lake Erie and Lake Michigan right now. Those are kind of trying to block the view, but I think we are seeing clear enough conditions. If you just can wait a moment, the clouds are moving by fast enough where you should be able to actually see that eclipse, and it's almost straight up in the sky outside right now. You don't have to look towards the horizon. Unfortunately, you can't really see it out of your window. You have to step outside so you can look all the way up. And And we mentioned all this cold air is moving in. It's creeping around Lake Michigan, moving in. It's also infiltrating from the north and viewing closer in the Miami Valley. You can see where the coldest temperatures are, and that is Urbana, Bellefontaine, Wapakoneta. All of these places are already below zero, and this is going to continue to creep its way in. Troy now at -1, and some of these places you just add a 5-mile-per-hour wind, and that brings the wind chill down to about -10 right now. It's going to keep getting colder as we progress. So many of us are calm out there. That's good. That's helping conditions. But as I mentioned, things are getting colder and breezier as we progress throughout the overnight hours. And these temperatures could dip down here quite a bit. By the time we get towards right around sunrise, that's just before sunrise is the coldest point of the night. And we could see wind chills as low as about -15. I think in Bellefontaine, with them likely seeing even colder temperatures, they could probably see wind chills fall as low as -20. Now, the good news is tomorrow, as we go throughout the day, we're going to see plenty of sunshine. So while temperatures are very cold, the sunshine is going to work to melt any snow or ice that remains on the roadways. So we lucked out there. For tomorrow, 14 degrees. As I mentioned, plenty of sunshine, and that's going to be very helpful for us. The temperature trend is showing that we get a nice bump Tuesday and Wednesday. From that point on, unfortunately, the colder air is moving right back in. By the time we get into Friday, temperatures are dipping back down to about 16 degrees. The 5-day forecast is showing we'll start off with sunshine on Tuesday as well. Clouds rolling in throughout the day. Rain arriving overnight on Tuesday and into Wednesday, and possibly a couple of snow showers there on Thursday and Friday. Now make sure you tune in to News Center 7's Daybreak Edition starting at 4:25. Meteorologist Kirsty Zontini will have the latest to help you plan your day.
And you're looking tonight at Mad River Mountain in Logan County, where snow, it is a welcome sight for all those skiers.
The Super Bowl matchup is set, but it took a while for both teams to get there. Wild finishes in both the AFC and NFC title games today. I'll show you what happened next in sports. Stay right there.
The WHIO TV app. It's absolutely free, and it's available right now on your smart TV and streaming devices. Just search WHIO on your Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Stream coverage you can count on free anytime with the WHIO TV app.
There are roadside attractions, and then there's our world-famous on-road attraction. The 2019 GLC 4MATIC. Lease the GLC 300 4MATIC for $499 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
After months of wearing only a tiger costume, we're finally going on the trip I've been promising. Because with Expedia, I saved when I added a hotel to our flight. So even when she outgrows her costume, we'll never outgrow the memory of our adventure together.
Unlock savings when you add select hotels to your existing trip. Only when you book with Expedia.
Great news. Liberty Mutual customized.
I deliver the news around here. Sources say Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Over to you, Logo.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get your next Cadillac with lifetime powertrain coverage and our best price guarantee. Only at Jeff Schmidt Cadillac in Beaver Creek.
The XT4 is stunning inside and out. Lease for $359 a month. Experience the advantage at jeffschmidtcadillac.com.
Menards is our go-to store when we update our house. We're adding new lights, and seeing all the latest styles in person at Menards was a huge help. The selection was amazing, and we found coordinating Patriot lighting fixtures for our whole house. Now that the updates are done, we are so happy with the final touches that Patriot lighting adds to our home. Enjoy exquisite elegance and superior craftsmanship with Patriot lighting.
Get 11% off everything, including Patriot lighting at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
What makes a better emergency room? The area's only Level 1 Trauma Center. Equipped with a CareFlight helicopter, shorter wait times, the most experienced emergency team, and the region's only burn center. At Premier Health, the ER is part of our DNA. Premier Health, taking care to a higher level.
Good morning.
Wake up every day.
Police reportedly chased
with the latest news from overnight.
Here's where we stand this morning.
And what you need to begin your day.
Breaking at this hour.
And as we welcome you back here on this officially Monday morning, a live look from downtown Xenia. You can see the Greene County Courthouse. Nobody's out, which is a good sight tonight.
Hi again, everybody. It's been 49 years since the Kansas City Chiefs played in the Super Bowl just last year for the New England Patriots. Tom Brady and company, an underdog on the road in the AFC Championship game. The 8th straight time Tom Brady and company was one win away from the Super Bowl. New England set the tone early. Brady drives the Patriots down. Sony Michel takes him into the end zone. Now go to the fourth quarter. Fast forward. New England up 17-14. And there's a touchdown. Here's New England up 17-14. Now Patrick Mahomes swings it out to Damian Williams. 23 yards for the lead for the home team. The visitors came back. Michel got the touchdown. And then here it's Damian Williams again to give Kansas City the lead. And then we go down after the Patriots score. A field goal by Harrison Butker sends it to overtime. And Brady brings him right down the field. Former Bengal Rex Burkhead bounces into the end zone. New England is headed back again. Meanwhile, the NFC title was settled in New Orleans, where the Saints scored on their first 3 possessions, a pair of field goals, and this Drew Brees pass to Garrett Griffin. It was 13-0 in the first quarter, but the Rams rallied. Todd Gurley barrels in from 6 yards out. 13-10 at halftime. Second half, LA down 20-10. Jared Goff gets 7 of those back with a quick strike to Tyler Higbee. The controversial call of the game went against the Saints. This should have been either pass interference or a helmet-to-helmet hit, but no flag came out. The home team settled for a field goal. The Rams came back and matched it. Greg Zuerlein's 48-yarder splits the uprights. We go to overtime. Disaster for the Saints in the extra session. Drew Brees hit as he throws, picked off by John Johnson, and all the visitors need is field goal range. They barely got enough. Zuerlein for the win from 57 yards out, right down the middle. The Rams punch their ticket to Super Bowl 53 2 weeks from tonight. A sweep for the visiting teams in a pair of overtime games for the first time in the same season in conference championship history. Only the second time it's ever happened in the AFC overtime, that is. And then there was one. You have the best seat in the house right here with us as the Rams and the Chiefs face off in Atlanta 2 weeks from tonight. No better place to be on a frigid day than inside Trent Arena, day 3 of Flying to the Hoop, with a full slate of 6 games on the schedule with 5 Miami Valley teams in action. Let's pick up the things with CJ scrambling for the loose ball against Akron Buchtel. They get it up and in. Brandon Gibson scores it. Then the Nassif brothers, Jack to Daniel, inside. Joe Staley's team was hanging around. Milton Gage hit a pair of big free throws in the closing seconds. He gets 2 from the foul line here. And then Anthony Solomon off the dribble, the perfect pass to Larry Turner. CJ rallies to beat Buchtel 60-59. Meanwhile, Minster squared off against Convoy Crestview in another game. The Wildcats battling from behind early. Jack Heitbrink gets a friendly roll on the rim from 3. And then Mike Kettner off the dribble to give himself some room, knocks down a triple from the top of the key, but the 28-14 state champs look ready for another deep run. Crestview holds off Minster. The final was 71-63. Stivers in a hole early against Cincinnati Taft. The Tigers digging out one shovel at a time. Trayvon Ellis leans in on the drive and gets it to go down. Now watch the big guy in white, Lorenzo Lewis, showing some agility. He strolls down the lane, scoops and scores 2 more. Later, out of the corner, Max Williams is open, and the lefty finds nothing but the bottom of the net. The Senators are the top-ranked Division II team in the state. Taft with plenty of weapons. They hold off Stivers for a 66-57 win. The UD women are getting hot at just the right time. The Flyers have won 5 of their last 6 games. Those 5 wins by an average margin of 26 points, the latest in the run this afternoon against a very good Fordham team. We pick up the action in this one with Jayla Scaife coming on the run, dishing to Julia Chandler, who lays it up and in. The Flyers bowled out to an early lead. Lauren Canatelli off the dribble, basket and a foul. Dayton goes on to win this one by the final of 72-50 over Fordham.
You're busy today, my friend.
Busy day. Yeah.
Enjoy your day off tomorrow. We'll be back.
Storm Tracker 7, the mobile weather center that allows our team of expert meteorologists to be anywhere in the community. Storm Center 7 is weather coverage you can count on.
If an auto accident caused you injury, call Elk & Elk at 1-800-ELK, Ohio.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Right now, you can lease a value-packed 2019 Tiguan S4Motion for just $209 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
Call Universal Windows Direct today. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free, plus 0% financing for 36 months. Plus, this week only, free installation.
If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Get a free 60-minute session when you join today. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
At Jeff Schmidt Auto Group, we have 7 service facilities. Drop off your car and drive off in one of our complimentary loaner vehicles. If you're too busy to come in on a weekday, schedule a Saturday appointment. Come to Jeff Schmidt Auto Group and experience the advantage.
We all want more for less, and Spectrum delivers. Spectrum TV has tons of HD, thousands of titles free on demand. Plus, your favorite sports channels are included. DirecTV Select doesn't include ESPN. And you have to get a Cinema Connection kit just to watch on demand. Plus, that ugly dish on your roof. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-231-8998. Spectrum Internet delivers starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's twice as fast as AT&T. For more of this, and that on all your devices all at once. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Call 833-231-8998. Best of all, with Spectrum, there are no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Don't wait. Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $89.98 a month. Plus, ask how you could save up to 40% on your wireless bill with Spectrum Mobile. Call 833-231-8998.
When did sleep start requiring effort? What if it didn't have to? Each Tempur-Pedic bed is made with advanced pressure-relieving material, so you get the deepest sleep you've had ever. There's nothing like Tempur-Pedic sleep.
Joseph Chevrolet is celebrating the new year with gigantic savings on all new 2019 Chevrolets. With no money down, no payments until spring, and a lifetime warranty on all new Chevrolets. January only at
Joseph Chevrolet.
New Center 7 is brought to you by the law offices of Blake R. Maisland.
Trying to look at the glass half full here when it comes to your forecast.
Well, we do have sunshine for tomorrow, and actually before I move on in the forecast, the lunar eclipse is at its peak about right now. In a minute or two it'll be at its peak, so we have a few clouds hanging around. Go on and check that out if you are brave enough to go out into the cold temperatures. But tomorrow, sunshine, and we're trying to warm up as we progress throughout the week.
Because you're going to have to step outside to see it because of where it's...
Exactly, straight up.
Straight up. All right. Folks, as always, we appreciate your company. Thanks for hanging out with us early this morning. Our Daybreak crew, they're right back at it in about 4 hours and 10 minutes.